'cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real. Hey, hey. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say...
Hey everybody, good evening. How are you? It's good to have you here. Nathan, and then Deirdre, me too, and Gloria with a me three. Yay! It's good to see you guys all here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day here in the Northwest. I know the East Coast is getting hammered with storms we've had, but we've been really pretty lucky. And Nathan's probably down there with the muggy hot weather, but it was a nice Saturday. I had some classes online and some other things, but yeah, feel accomplished pretty much so today, which is a good feeling to feel accomplished in a day. Angie's on her way. That's cool. One of the things I didn't get accomplished was to watch a lot of the train today of spontaneous creations by Brian. And so, yes, I'm correct with the muggy hot. Yay. I'm sure you're just delightful for that. We're totally off that. It's fun to watch for me here. I watch in the middle of the winter the sun sets. I can't even see it, and it's creeping up further north, and so it's almost the point where I can see it out of the water, but if I walk down to my neighbors, I can see it. So it's getting there. But I didn't get to see the trains today because, well, I was in classes, and that was something I needed to do, and so that was, but it good. I did, during dinner, I went back and I watched Angie's, and then I watched Glowing Citrine, I think was the one that was right after Angie. The gal, she's from Ireland, and she did she had not really done fluid art, and she'd done a whole bunch of practice, but she did this cool one, and then made it into a Alice Through the Looking Glass, kind of a keyhole, so it was a Cheshire cat. It was very cool. Hi, Angie, how are you? Oh, that's so cool. Sold 3 paintings. Round of applause for Angie. Yay, congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, hey, so I was just telling everybody that what I did during dinner. So I've been in classes all day. I watched Doc Rock this morning, and then I had some other things, and then I had classes with him for just stuff and working on things all the way through. Bob, on the other hand, had projects upstairs. He made chili, and he made 2 different kinds of bread. He made a ciabatta bread to go with the chili, and then he made a regular loaf of bread. But the chili that he did is this kind of, it's a chocolate chili recipe, and it's got, not really chocolate, but it's got like Mexican chocolate in it, so it's just kind of got that mole flavor to it a little bit. Oh, yum. So during dinner, yeah, I went up and I watched your video, Angie, because I missed it earlier today, and that was pretty cool. Oh, I'm really kind of looking forward to tomorrow morning maybe binge watching some of them, and I'm not sure when they'll start, but then tomorrow I don't have, I can do that. So I'm so glad it was fun to watch. It looked really cool. So that was fun to see. And it was fun to see Somebody else, the gal who followed Angie, does a completely different kind of things. That glowing citrine, she's from Ireland, I believe. At least that's the accent that I could nail down. And so that was fun. Yay, Angie is so happy. You got 3 for the office. That's a great thing to have happen, Angie. Awesome. Oh, yes. Yay. Yay. Go on, Bob. Yeah, Bob is quite the cook. That's what he does to relax. He cooks. In fact, if he's had a stressful day, like if he's had to go to Seattle and he's coming home and the traffic is, he'll stop at like Metropolitan Market, which in the Seattle area, Metropolitan Market is this ridiculously expensive grocery store. But he'll just stop there and just wander for some, and maybe come home with a different kind of cheese or something like that, or some ingredient that he can try. That's his way to relax. That I would rather pull out my fingernails than go grocery shopping. Seriously. Ugh. Ah. Yes, so we're all here, and it's, oh, your premiere is in an hour. I'm going to get going then. All right, 1 hour. Huh, that's right, his premiere. I knew there was something else on my list today. So I'm going to book it on this, because the first thing I want to do is tell you a little bit about why I flipped to this story tonight from what I was going to do. So I'm going to take you to my iPad screen and show you this picture. Now, last night, you may recognize the woman in the back from last night. That's Imogen Cunningham. In front of her, in the other word, is the subject of tonight's show, and that's Ansel Adams. And this was, it's a gelatin silver photograph that was done. Yeah, if you wanted to buy that photograph, it's $1,200 for not a very big one. But his work is something to behold. Yeah. Oh, it's for an 11 by 14 is $1,200. Yes. Yay. So who he was. Let's see. That's his gallery. That's at the gallery. There's so many different things there's an Ansel Adams gallery, but some of the things about him, let me go back to talk a little bit about him. He was not only a photographer, but a great conservationist of nature and stuff, and he fought hard for a lot of places to be protected. A lot of his gallery is still in Yosemite. There were always stories of he and his wife Helen being seen in Yosemite and that. But I went to Yosemite when I was in high school on a singing tour type thing, and we came there, and I climbed Half Dome, and I knew of Ansel, and I'd been inspired from him from early on, but to kind of go there and see what it was that inspired him, a lot of the things really kind of has stuck with me, and that's why I called this the subconscious inspiration. But who he was and the other things that he did are kind of phenomenal to know about. And tonight's author, which I always want to tell you, there she is, who wrote the book, is Cindy Jensen Elliott. She's a children's book author, and she oftentimes has study guides to go with her books, and these are some of the books that she's done. She has this Nature Explorer WordPress down here, a website. So she has done some really cool books. And then Christy Hale, who is the illustrator, has a cool site that she has her books that she's done, which is quite the list there. And then teaching resources, curriculum guides, masterpiece, art workshops, and a downloadable activities. And I wanted to show you some of these activities, which I thought would be kind of a cool thing. So like for this book, she has a scavenger hunt. So you could get that idea, things to look around to do. And then this one I thought was cool. Your eye is like a lens of a camera. Look through the hole and blink to take a picture. So you have them to put on your eyes, 2 sets of them there. And I thought that was a really kind of a cool, different, just a cool way to try to highlight the book, that these authors and illustrators go way beyond just writing the book, that they tell you a lot more about them. So the name of tonight's book is called Ansel Adams, A Life in Nature. Here we go. And I chose this book, so right here, Camera and Lens, The Creative Approach by Ansel Adams. I've had this book probably since early college. And I remember in high school, my high school teacher, we went through Adams' work and the type of things. And what I found was really how much my own work is really influenced by that early subconscious self that saw these things. So Ansel, which there's a couple cool, quirky things about him. So let's check where everybody is in. Who else is coming? Oh, shoot, from Liverpool. Oh, okay. She said she was from Liverpool. All right. She sounded like she just, if you've ever watched the Derby Girls she had that little bit of an accent. Hey, feeling so much better, sleeping way more, good. All right. Oh, my hair up, yeah. Got it out of my way. I thought maybe it wouldn't pull out my headphones if I pulled it up, but it's just a clip. Oh, a Hasselblad. Oh yes, he shot with a Hasselblad. I'll show you a couple images that in here. That one of them is one that Imogen Cunningham took of him, and it's quite a famous photograph. So, you bought your husband a Hasselblad camera. Oh my gosh! Wow, I rented one time. Rented a larger format. Yeah, yay! Thank you. Well, I'm glad you like my hair. Yeah, I have a signed book by him. I don't have any prints. Oh, so, wow. Yes, that would be definitely, oh, wow. So, here we'll go. Ansel Adams, A Life in Nature. Hang on. I keep forgetting to turn off the heat, and I can hear the hum. Ansel was antsy. He never walked. He ran. When he sat, his feet danced. Even his thoughts flew about like a gull in a storm. Ansel noticed everything, and everyone noticed Ansel. "Pay attention," said his aunt. "Please sit still," begged his mother. "Why don't you go outside?" suggested his father. So Ansel did, whenever he could. Ansel loved being outside. On the Golden Gate beach near his house, nature was big and loud and wild. Gusting gales pushed and pulled, salt spray stung his cheeks, surf pounded the sand. Boom! Sometimes nature shook with fury. In 1906, an earthquake shiver, rumble, tumbled San Francisco to the ground. A trembler tossed 4-year-old Ansel into a brick wall, and he broke his nose. Nature left its mark on Ansel Adams. But nature could be quiet too. On Lobos Creek, it whispered and winked, flickered and flew, shimmered and shone for Ansel's eyes alone. Indoors, Ansel felt trapped and sick. At school, he got into trouble. Everyone thought they knew what he needed. "Keep him calm," the doctor said, "away from light and sound." Ansel yearned for wind and waves. "Give him discipline," the principal said. Ansel felt like a fly buzzing around in a jar. Ansel's father had a different idea. "Give him the open air," he said. He took 13-year-old Ansel out of school and let him learn at home. Piano lessons kept his hands busy and his mind focused. Between lessons in French, ancient Greek, and algebra, Ansel explored outdoors. He caught insects and made a museum in his dresser drawer. He scooped sand into cans and used a magnet to find flecks of iron. He gathered driftwood carved by the ocean, each piece a sculpture. A season ticket to the San Francisco World's Fair filled Ansel's mind with mysteries and marvels, impressionists and organists, flavors and aromas, and fun and games. Ansel was on fire for learning. When Ansel was 14, his aunt gave him a book about Yosemite Valley. Ansel begged for a visit. The trip took 2 days by steam engine train and open-air bus. At Valley View, Ansel got his first glimpse of Yosemite Valley. The ripple rush roar of water and light, light, light. It was love at first sight. One morning during the trip, Ansel's parents gave him a camera. He was off. Run, leap, scramble, snap, rumble, tumble, tumble, race. Swoosh, flutter, flit, flee. Ansel's photos became a journal of everything he saw. Let me see if I can rotate this. I think I can. I thought I could. Maybe not. Can I? Well, I'll have to. From then on, Ansel went to Yosemite, camera in hand, to hike the High Sierra in summer light, in icy white, glowing dawn, breathless height, danger by day, sparkling night, worlds of wonder snap in black and white. I'll turn it. In Yosemite, Ansel met and fell in love with Virginia Best. They married and worked hard to make a living in the city. Snap, school pictures. Flash, a wedding. Click, a catalog. But nature whispered and winked and roared and sang, calling them back to Yosemite. To live and work, sell Ansel's photos, and raise their family. Ansel worked every day outside. Soon, Ansel's photographs became famous. When the United States government and Life magazine asked him to take pictures, Ansel traveled far and wide, showing a nation its true nature in national parks, crystal caverns, craggy peaks, canyons carved by time, silver rivers swirling through wide open land. Giving voice to the voiceless and giving politics a purpose. See that? All his life, Ansel Adams noticed nature push, pull, flicker, wink, rush, roar, shimmer, shine. Now everyone notices Ansel's pictures. In a world of wonder, snap in light, light, light. And it shows a little more, but I wanted to go back to this one picture to show you. It's a very famous photograph of Ansel Adams standing on top of his Woody, his vehicle that he did. That picture was actually taken by Imogen Cunningham. It was pretty amazing. And this is Mesa Verde, the Tetons and the Snake River, Grand Canyon, Rocky Mountain National Park, and Carlsbad Caverns, some of the images that he took. And then back here, Clearing Winter Storm is an image that, if I can, that one, I might be able to show you in the book. I've seen the original of this one. I stood in front of it for probably 4 hours, one photograph. It's so detailed and so clear that you can actually see the pine cones on the trees up in front, as well as the pieces of rock and snow. I mean, and it's just so detailed. The leaves at Mills Cottage, and this is holding my box brownie camera. But you saw that he had the piano lessons. He was such a good piano. He could have been a concert pianist. He was that good at piano. It oftentimes was something that he did to calm himself and to clear his mind. He would sit down, but in so many different things. So a lot of some of his work is at Mills College of the Arts. But from there, I wanted to show you this. Oh yeah, how the centerpiece looks one way vertically and another look horizontally. So cool. So this is the cover of that same Clearing Winter Storm. Yosemite in the Range of Light. This is the book that I have that's signed. It's a signed plate, but it was still what I could get. Here. The pieces that are so... I've gone back and I've kind of looked through some things. This one was done in 1923, 1925. These are some of his earlier pieces. The Seeing Eye and the Written Word. This is Half Dome. This is the mountain that I climbed in 1974, the summer between 74 and 75, I think. Yeah, I think so. There was a way to climb it on the arch side that, yeah, it was quite the thing done. But what I've found is I've gone back and looked at like Yosemite in the Range of Light. If you look at how his work, the details, and I've gone back to compare what I've done myself and how it's influenced myself, like this type of work, and here, those, I'm just really astounded at how much, even the small amount of time I spent studying his work has really influenced my own work, because on the opening that I did, if you saw that come through, so these were my own pieces, and in black and white, which is my favorite to do, you can still see the influence of having the clouds and pulling out nature, the this one, that this declaring winter storm, and how the clouds, even though this was midday, the sun and such shadows, to still see that influence that it still has on me to this day. This is a beach scene, and some of his beach scenes are further back. I don't know where they are. Oh, that one's. But, and then this one, okay, these are some trees, and if I go back to the book right here, so that's, oh, it goes this way. This one actually goes this way. This is a fallen tree, his piece, fallen tree, and here's another one that has the mountains and whatnot. It's just, that fallen tree is like, this is the one I photographed in Moab. And I think it was that couple things with this, that opening that and finding that picture of Ansel Adams and Imogene Cunningham together like that, and knowing that this connection that we've put together of artists, of different things that we do, and how that relates, but also to see how these things connect through us and influence way down the line. I mean, go to, in this book that I have, which is another portfolios of his, I saw, where did it go? Okay. Some of the still lifes that I've done and some more work. Okay. This one right here, this is Winter Birch. Is that, I can't remember the plate name. I didn't look it up. And there's, but you see the play on light and then this snow scene. So I was like going, oh my gosh, that reminds me of this. That reminds me of that. So I dug in here. You guys are putting up with this. And I pulled out, I started going through some of my, in my black and white portfolio that I have here. And I was like, okay, now I get what the kind of stuff that I work at trying to find to do. That's a water one. There's a, here it is. This is like those birch trees that he has, and except this one's done in color. I didn't turn it to black and white. But yeah, so I guess, I don't know, it just made me really realize how much that exposure to that all the time always influences, because he changed things along the way and he got different kind of things. Oh, my swans. Yeah, those were fun. Yeah. Where'd they go? These guys. These are trumpeters. Yeah, we have full fields of these guys. Snow geese and trumpeter swans will land up in the Skagit Valley and in places around, and you can't even see the ground. It's completely covered in white. So back to what I was saying, how much his community of artists, friends, and Imogene Cunningham and the other photographers, and then her connection with all those other kind of artists, and they're both of their connection with Georgia O'Keeffe. They spent like a lot of those pictures. They would go down and stay at Georgia O'Keeffe's house, and that's what they would do. And then he would go off and photograph and this and that. And they were such close friends, and how much they shared that love of art and love of nature and the conservation of it all, I think is just really spectacular and really special. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, that was the time they had that, it's kind of past, but it's not. We have that chance again right now through this kind of connection. Yes, we may not be, these guys were worked pretty close together, because I photographed, I think I told you guys, on the trip I went to California, one of the guys on the trip actually lives in the house that is next to Ansel Adams' home. Ansel Adams' son lives there now. And yeah, I was offered the chance to go through the home, and the rest of the tour didn't want to go. I was like, are you serious, you guys? But Erebon said, come back another time. And I was like, oh, I will be back. But not only from where Ansel Adams lived, but just down the way is Weston Beach, which is at Point Lobos. There, it was named after Edward Weston. Did all of that. And then down the road lived Imogen Cunningham in San Francisco, along in that area. And so they were tight together geographically in some ways. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. But they didn't have our ability to connect this way. And I think that that is something that we have a real advantage for. So anyway, so I just, yeah, the swans, I've gone it before. It's the snow geese when they, are they migrating? It's probably getting close to about the time that they're getting, because I know I've gone up for sunrise up there, and I didn't have to get up really stupid, dark 30 hours to catch sunrise. So I know it's not so it's probably in a couple weeks or maybe 3 weeks that the snow geese will start migrating north, and will land there, and the trumpeter swans will come in. It's just completely covered fields of it's amazing. Yeah. And the farmers actually don't really mind, because the snow geese come in and they eat the snail, and the trumpeter swan comes in and eats snails and slugs and stuff like that. So yeah, it is pretty cool. It is really cool to be standing there and watch the sky just kind of fill in, and they'll all fill in, and then somebody will decide to take off, and this swoop of just pure white go, and they just, it's amazing. We had a whole flock of, it was really early, it was kind of dark, but they were taking off. You could hear them, of Canadian geese that went by the other day by us. So yeah, we do have a beautiful connection like that. So I'm not going to hold you guys any longer, because Nathan, I know, wants to get ready for his, and I want to go get ready to watch it. And I'm going to have a little sip here of my Krabby. But one thing I wanted to say, the artist who did this, all right, what she did, let me go back to the book. She didn't want to try to replicate his photographs, so she did them in collage. And that's how she put these together. The thing that she did. So the replication of this, kind of, which is a replication of a kind of a scene that he has, and his photograph, and this too. She did collage work for all this. So tomorrow night, I'm going to read two. I'm going to do two, and they're both shorts. One is on Georgia O'Keeffe, and this person did the same thing. They did collage. And the other one is on a Matisse book. It's called The Swimmers, and it's on his way of collage. And so have scissors ready, or notes to take, because this is a cool collage activity that can be done too. And I thought it would be fun. And Sunday night, I have a little more time. I mean, I can pull that together. So that would be kind of cool to do. Unless, well, you know what, that might be too much. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll still do part of it. We can do part of it. Maybe I'll split it up into 2 nights of collage. Because, yeah, collage can be kind of, whoo-hoo. Georgia O'Keeffe deserves her own. So does Matisse. Yeah. Stop being overly ambitious, Gretchen. I always get myself in trouble for that. Always, always, always. So, let's see. Pink feet? Ew, she said. Oh my gosh. So everybody, I know that you had a great day of watching all kinds of lives today, and Nathan has his in a few minutes. And I just really appreciate the time that you've taken to come and join me here like you do, and to hear this story, and to see the source of my subconscious inspiration. And it really kind of made me open my eyes to see, wow, I really have been influenced by this in so many ways when it comes to my landscapes and my black and white work. And some of the things that I look to photograph, and the things that when I really want to just take a breather, the things that I tend to go out and look for to see. Nature is a wonderful place. And the only thing that I kind of like more than he wasn't really into wild animals, but may give me a good elk or a bear sitting on a stump and I'll be happy. A bear sitting on a stump. Somebody draw me a bear sitting on a stump. Or an elk sitting on a stump. How about that? All right, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are the best. It is the thing that I swear makes me, oops, wrong. What, how did I lose it? There I am. I lose it again. Just makes my day to know I get to share stories with you, and to do this and keep my creativity going. And last night I even worked on my background here a little bit, changed things up that was bugging me, and I was tired beforehand, but afterwards it was like, I can do that. So I appreciate the energy you guys send me. I want to send it back. I appreciate the inspiration you guys give me. I love every moment of it. Let's all hop over and watch Nathan, Fine Art of Distraction. Yay, for his second video. I'm so excited to see. And until the next I join you the next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you, everywhere and inside. I'll see you soon.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feel alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. Come and be famous.